YouTube, what is going on? What is going on? Dino Bam Bam with D107 MMA. Excited, guys. Excited to go live. The pre-show for UFC 326 Holloway versus Oliveira 2. Shit should be lit. Shit should be lit. I'm just getting some invites sent out. You guys know how the pre-show goes, right? What we do is we get on here. We talk to some of the people. We talk about some picks. We talk about some theories. We talk about some news. And, of course, when it comes to guests, you never know who's going to show up. I will tell you, we do have a guaranteed guest coming on today. No Bromo, guys. No Bromo will be here in a little bit. He's taking care of some stuff. And, yeah, he's going to be on to talk to us. Maybe DS, maybe Harry. Who knows? These things are always fun. But, guys, I'm excited. Not really for the card, to be honest with you. The card's kind of shitty. I'm more so excited for the main event, though. The main event's going to be an absolute banger. Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway, 2. If you guys have been watching, you know what's up. You know me and DS have a little disagreement on the main event, but the official picks are up on Instagram where we do go over 70%. And we already got some bromosexuals hopping in the chat. Zapper, what up? What up? What's going on, brother? How you feeling today? How you feeling? Let's go. Got to do some posting on Instagram, guys. Let people know we are live, okay? So just bear with me here. Should be a banger, guys. Should be a banger. What do you guys think? Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway. Who do you got and why? There we go. All right, all right. Getting this pulled up for you guys. Give me a second here. Zapper says Oliveira is going to win a slightly dominant, slow position advancing sub. So you got Oliveira by finish. The props on that are pretty goddamn interesting, man. I think Charles Oliveira is going to win too. The official 10-7 pick ended up being Max Holloway. I was leaning that way, you know, since the fight was booked, but something's got me feeling like Oliveira. But DS, of course, convinced me to go with Max Holloway. So that's what we ended up doing there. You're saying similar to how Jailton Almeida does it. I might be wrong in the chat. What up, bro? What up? I might be wrong. How you feeling, brother? If you want to hop in, by the way, Bromo's going to be on in a little bit. If you want, I can definitely send you a link as well. Get you on here if you feel like talking. Let's see. Who else we got? We got Punisher in the chat. Big Bam Bam. What up, baby? What up, what up, what up? No, a Bromo MMA. I will be on in a little bit, my brother. Just got to eat first. Brother, you got to do what you got to do, Bromo. It's no problem. The Bromosexuals are out in full force already supporting. So that's cool. But yeah, man, look, I'll give you my thoughts on this card. I think it's a little bit of a waste of time of a card, to be honest with you. I don't really care about any of the fights on this card besides the final 3, right? Obviously, anytime Rosas Jr. is fighting, it's important. You care, right? That kid's got a future. He's got a sort of a big name. He's got a big-ass chin as well. So that's interesting, seeing him fighting a guy like Rob Font. Of course, the co-main event has some title implications. Probably not next, but the winner of this fight's one fight away. Then the main event's the main event, guys. It's 2 legends of the sport. Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway for the BMF this time. Say what you will about the BMF. It's still a title. I think it's great. It gives us entertaining fights all the time. None of the BMF fights have failed to deliver. I don't see why this one would be any goddamn different. Zapper in the chat. If Oliveira can get Arman Sarukian in those positions, why can't he do the same to Max when it hits the ground? Brother, I agree with you wholeheartedly, right? To me, that's kind of why I personally am going with Charles Oliveira. I just don't. I know Max is sitting on his punches a little more at 55. He looks a lot more powerful. He's bigger, all that kind of shit. He looks more dangerous. And Charles Oliveira is sort of chinny, right? He's been finished a lot. Like, granted, he has a ton of finishes. He's dangerous, but he does get finished a ton. I just don't see Max sparking him out. And if that's the case, you know, I see this fight going 15, 20, 25 minutes. I think Charles Oliveira will get this fight to the ground at some point. The only thing that worries me about that is I hope Charles isn't playing this whole, like, BMF game, right? I hope he's not willing to go out there, die on a shield, to do the point down, to do all that dumb shit and, like, try to win a war against Max. I don't see that for him. But yeah, if it gets to the ground, it's fucking different levels. I will also say he does have more power in his hands than Max Holloway. So who knows? Zapper in the chat, who you got? Kyle RDR, Dober Johnson, Dober, Kyle. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Look who has joined us. Licking a fucking ice cream cone. Licking a fucking ice cream cone. Ladies and gentlemen, Harry from Proshimo Bets.
Harry Balls.
Harry Balls with the ice cream cone. Harry, wait, that looks like a McDonald's, brother.
It's a Chick-fil-A, baby. It's a Chick-fil-A.
How is their ice cream? I've never had it.
It's ass. Nothing like Haagen-Dazs. You heard?
There we go. There we go. Harry, what are you doing over there? I see some kids in the background. We family picnic day or what?
No, man, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to hit up the lounge, bro, and watch this event, UFC 326. It matters, bro. We're behind 2 weeks in a row. Never happened in the history of our website, bro. Our community, they going crazy, bro, like apes.
Okay. So let's talk to me, Harry. What are we seeing? I mean, if you want, we could talk about the fights in order. You could tell me what you think. I know you got your stat. You have the stat that you love, and apparently that stat's hitting tonight. Is that right?
Oh yeah, the glitch is on Drew Dober. We went 5-1. That freaking one being that day that we thought we had the insider on that metric, bro. Where freaking Brahimaj was the underdog, right? It's when the spread is opposite the line. That's really the idea. So today, Drew Dober is minus 120 on the money line, but he is plus 3.5 on the spread. So Brahimaj Punel Soriano would make it 1-0, resetting the trend. And if Drew Dober wins today, that line, that metric proves 2-0, and hopefully we start to streak. We'll just be on the lookout for next weekend, Vallejos and Emmett, and then the event after that, and the unnumbered event after that one.
So you fully expect Drew Dober to continue not just that trend, but there's the joke trend. I'm sure you've seen that, right? Drew Dober versus the brothers.
Yeah, he knocks out all the blacks, all the African Americans, all of them. Check the block, Social Security, all of it.
There we go. No Bromo in the chat saying, any guesses on the canceled White House fight? Bromo, when you get on, I'd like to talk to you about that. I do. Then he's asking this, Harry. What happened to Harry versus
You think
AI?
it's women's MMA? What do you think?
No. I'll give you a little teaser. No,
John Jones, how's his...
I think John.
What's going on? I can't hear.
I think John Jones and Pereira.
I can't hear him. I can't hear.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you now.
Okay, I think John Jones versus Pereira is happening. My guess is that it's Peter Yan O'Malley that fell off.
Oh, and it had to be Peter Yan injury, bro. Tell me not.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But Bromo wants to know what happened to Harry versus the AI this week. Harry, what happened?
That is true, bro. I usually get reached out by DS, bro. Well, where is DS?
I don't know. DS he's super goddamn busy. He's doing multi-millions in sales this month. So DS is going absolutely
bro,
crazy.
even if we're in the bathroom, bro, I don't mind, tussling with the AI. You heard?
Yeah, we'll get it back. We'll get it back. It's a glitch in the matrix, guys. Don't worry.
Let's go.
It'll be having a women's MMA fight scheduled for the White House card should be treason. I can see Amanda and Kayla Harrison happening. What about you?
Even through neck surgery and recovery, post-op 4 months, yeah, she could sell out. I don't see why.
And we both expected Amanda to win that fight anyways, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm saying. So, Harry, talk to me about the main event. I know you are pretty adamant on who the winner of this fight is going to be.
Yeah, man. Charles does very well against opponents that are on center line. So Max Holloway, with his lateral movement, his knee jabs, his shot selection sequences, they throw off Charles Oliveira, man. You can't frame on Charles. So what you do, what Max does is he's very clever. He makes sure that he shifts your hips or pivots your foot by resetting it. He'll reset.
You're good, Harry. You're still there, brother.
He'll reset. He'll reset his opponent's footwork. So that's why I don't see it happening all too well. Also, Charles is not a wrestler. He's an offensive grappler. He's a scrambler. He's not shooting no double legs, single legs like NCAA or NCAIA or you know what I mean? Yeah. NJCAA. No, he's got what he trained. If he started grappling from a very young age, that's all he knew. And in Troop Box, he learned how to strike, Thai strike, for MMA particularly. That's it. Good for him. He's never trained. You can see he doesn't have a system, a wrestling system, because he's not part of that type of style gym. It just isn't. So his jiu-jitsu comes away with that. So, yes, if you are betting Charles Oliveira to take down Max, let's be humble about it. For all the years, all the marvels, for all the veterancy in Charles, let's bet that shit. We're about money. We're not about predictions. If the line is fat, let's bet it. I'll tell you why. because Max Holloway, he has to be very smart. He needs to fall on his back and he needs to hug it out in the guard. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
cannot scramble with Charles or he's dead, because Charles ain't primitive to that headlock, bro. You know what I mean? Or to the transitions
of
from
course.
from side mount to mount. So Max has to stay on his back, try and get back to the fence and get back on his feet. That's it. Reset the same play over and over again, and I think it'll work out.
Boom. Love it. And look, man, I've been very 50-50 on this fight, Harry, from a prediction standpoint. When it first dropped, I was fairly certain it was Max Holloway. I've just got like a sneaking hunch that Charles Oliveira could win it. I think it really depends, Harry, on how Charles Oliveira approaches this fight. I think if he does what he's saying he's going to do, which is, the BMF thing, right? He wants to stand there and he wants to beat Max at his own game and play with the point down and all that stuff. I think he loses. He loses that fight 8 out of 10 times. If he does get this to the ground, though, Harry, you do recognize there is a big discrepancy on the ground, right?
100%. But I can almost wager my left nut that Max Holloway has drilled this over and over, and my son's laughing, over and over and over and over again. How to make sure you close up on the guard when your back is to that canvas.
Yeah. And we got Zapper in the chat saying Oliveira slammed Shitrot, referring to Mateus Gamrot. Bromo said he'll be on it about. Take your time, Bromo. Don't worry about it. Tehran Brown in the chat. What up, fellas? What up, Tehran Brown? Yeah, Harry,
well, let's talk about the matchmaking. You know, who has more leverage? Where is there more vitality in a storyline? Let's talk about the storyline. I want to see Max Holloway in France, Accra Arena in France against Benoit Saint Denis, who's on a 4-fight win streak.
Yeah, I think that lends itself to being a banger of a fight, especially in Paris. That would be crazy. So you're thinking BSD next for the belt. They can't keep him away from any belt, right? Like, they got to give him something at this point.
It's the best thing on earth to have Max Holloway defeat Charles Oliveira, because now you have Armin Sarukian, who he's never faced. You have Benoit Saint Denis, who he's never faced. And you have the Topuria rematch for the BMF, too, at lightweight, not at featherweight. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. GSB in the chat saying, Harry, you got the wrong pick. And he's going Charles via TKO plus 850. How do you feel about a sprinkle on that, Harry?
Well, how about this, bitch? How about this? Plus 300 for Max Holloway to get 25 significant strikes to the body. And if he gets 40 strikes, that's 2,700 odds, plus 2,700 odds. All he needs is 50 strikes to the body, 40 strikes to the body. My fault.
Are you saying, I'm assuming, is Max Holloway your gun to the head?
Oh, that's definitely the biggest. Yeah, that's the biggest. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the biggest bet.
Zapper in the chat says Max's chin is declining and Oliveira hits like a goddamn truck, Harry. Let's not forget he basically KO'd Gaethje. That sub was Gaethje's corpse. Okay. So he did drop and sub him. I was at that fight, by the way. What a night. What a night to be an Oliveira fan. UFC 274 out in Phoenix, Arizona. Harry, we're going heads up. You're done this time, says GSB.
Yeah, well, he's in any clinch activity from Oliveira, all Max has to do is frame the forearm and we're good to go. So I don't see how he's going to knock him out that way. Listen to me. You're right. Charles is technically better. He is a much more talented by an exponent. I'd wager that. I'd collect his UFC cards and collectibles over Max any day. The problem is he's outside his prime. And in the last 3 fights I've seen with Charles, his shot alignment is not good, bro. His strike accuracy is not good. He's become sloppy, and that's because he's into recreational activities now, bro. He's got a new daughter, a new wife. He owns horse stables. He's got to worry about a jockey like Jordan. Michael Jordan worries about his driver for NASCAR. These are realities, man.
Shout out Mike Jordan, by the way. The GOAT, Harry. Not arguably, right? Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
Yeah, the greatest ever, bro. After LeBron flopped for that 5th ring, I think, in 2023, 22, it's over, bro.
So, hey, we grew up, me and DS grew up being like pretty good friends with his son, with Jeffrey. Not really Marcus, but I've met Marcus a handful of times. Good dudes. One time, random story, we were just hanging out, drinking a couple beers underage. We were like 19 or something. And he goes, guys, shh, my dad's calling. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. I was like, tell him I said what's up.
Michael Jordan, bro.
I was like, tell him I said what's up.
That's amazing.
Tell him I said what's up. But anyways, GSB.
What a story, bro. What a story you got. Michael Jordan's son. That's crazy.
Good times, man. Max can barely beat the corpse of Poirier last time around. Look, Harry, I'll tell you this, man. So you know how it is with picks, right? We do a good job here on picks, over 70%, me and DS individually. And then, of course, 10-7 over 70% as well. What we do, you know how it is. I'll make my picks. DS will make his picks. Those will go towards our individual stats. And then we have to come together and figure out a pick for the 10-7 MMA. And to me, that's more important than my individual stats, right? My individual stats are my individual stats. Who cares? The channel's what matters. So at the end of the day, as a unit, 10-7, we did pick Max Holloway. Just want you to know that. So I don't want anyone thinking I'm dying on this Charles Oliveira hill. It's just a discrepancy in statistic at this point for us. But the official 10-7 pick is Max Holloway. I personally just feel like Charles Oliveira could pull it off if he doesn't fight stupid, Harry. One thing I've noticed with Max Holloway, and I'd like to move on, and we'll get back to this if anyone wants to, he's fighting so violent at 55, man. He fights so goddamn violent. He looks thick. He looks powerful. He looks angry, Harry. If you noticed in the Dustin Poirier fight, it seemed like Poirier was kind of just going through the motions, wanted a nice last dance, and Max was like, no, that's not what you're getting with me. You're not getting this little storybook, retirement where you get to go out and have some fun. I'm coming for violence. I think Max is really, really clawing for that Ilia Topuria rematch.
Yo, and that's funny you mentioned that because I saw a small segment on Paramount Plus. It was a great feature where they were referring to Max trying to get his lick back.
Yeah.
I think he's 2-3. If he defeats, Oliveira, he'll,
his first win in a rematch. Yeah, absolutely. Teron Brown comes at us with a basketball question. When it comes to the GOAT conversation in NBA, why is Tim Duncan never mentioned? He's just as good as Michael, Kobe, or LeBron. That's just not true, Teron Brown. Look, I grew up around basketball. That was my first love in sports, Harry. If you didn't know, that was my first love. Growing up as a kid in the 90s in Chicago, you're crazy to not love basketball. But Tim Duncan's an all-timer. He's just not those guys. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference between Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, and Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, fundamentally great, the greatest power forward, the greatest four of all time, the big fundamental. Love him, but he ain't those guys. Oliveira has literally, spelled incorrectly, nothing to fear even if Olives gets rocked. He can't just shoot a garbage takedown and pull guard a little and get back up. So he's saying there's nothing to fear there. There's nothing to fear there. Then he fixed it, which is really nice. Harry, you going to gallop on that thing when Charles puts him to sleep? GSB wants to know.
You're going to gallop on that thing when hey, my Cash App is Harry Balls.
Harry Balls, hashtag Harry Balls, the $sign right before. Yes. You have no idea how good Chris Duncan is what Zapper says. Shout out Chris Duncan. He's got a main event coming up soon. Steph Curry got to be up there when it's all said and done. Shout out Steph, the greatest point guard of all time, in my opinion.
Steph needs one more ring. If he didn't get that one more ring, and too bad because he had an ACL tear last year. It is what it is, bro.
Greatest shooter of all time, by the way. And then Jamal Witherspoon in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, says Raul via wet blanket. Then he also says he has Charles. Harry, talk to me about this. Raul Rosas versus Rob Font. 21 versus 38. A 17-year age discrepancy. In a lot of areas and in a lot of time frames, that's a crime.
Bro, I know this video is not going to get out there or it's not going to get leaked. Nobody's going to clip this. But, yeah, I hit up people in his gym and shit. I hit up people in Canada. People hit me back. And they were telling me he has no chance against Raul. But how often, are they wrong, right? Wish him all the best, bro, because Raul has, I think, one of the worst strikes absorb stats in the weight class. Strikes absorbed for straight punches, particularly, and that's not good. So if Rob saw something he could exploit, great. If not, it's true. It's just a wet blanket over him all those rounds because of what Corey Sandhagen already showed on tape you can do to Font.
And it's crazy to me because we have Teron Brown in the chat saying he's got Font as well. And a lot of people are going with Rob Font. I don't see it, Harry. I mean, even DS is picking Rob Font. He's dying on that hill. He was like begging me to turn our 10-7 pick to Rob Font over Raul Rosas. And I was like, no, I put my foot down. I was like, I'm not doing that, brother. We're like, if we're going to disagree this much, we got to go with the big favorite. I don't see how Rob Font gets it done. I just don't see
Diaz is scary, bro, because Diaz be hitting that random, bro.
Yeah, when he's adamant about a big dog, he hits it. Remember the steak bet?
Bro, all the time. It's not just the steak bet, bro. It was like 2 other times I was quiet.
Talk to me about this, Harry. GSB wants to know, he's asking you, why are the RoboCop odds down to minus 160 right now? So real quick, Harry, just a quick little disclaimer here. RoboCop facing Bruno Ferreira. RoboCop a big favorite, but he lost this fight. This is a rematch. 2.5 years ago or so, he got knocked out in the first round by Ferreira, but he's a massive favorite. Why is that? What's going on with these odds?
The poly market, the trading market, the predictive trading market, all right? All the promotion around Paramount, CBS, all the fathers, the soccer moms, that are going to tune in this weekend. Numbered events are big. So earlier in the week as well, you had the casual MMA bettors taking Gregory Rodriguez on the money line and parlaying them with the OKC NBA games, Spurs, Knicks, the big tennis games, the big hockey games. Hockey's back. And so, now they line reverse you so you could either, cash out, or set up another parlay to offset, to hedge. That's usually what those activities imply when you go from a minus 230 to a minus 160. It's disgusting.
So who's your pick in this fight? Do you have a bet on this fight? Do you have a pick?
Yo, if I had to, gun to the head is Bruno Ferreira without a doubt. I think on this card, I'm pushing that theme. You getting your leg back? Hell no, bro. If you won the first time, you're winning the second. Let's go, Max Holloway.
There we go. And I'm actually in the same boat. Me and DS both going with the dog in this one, Bruno Ferreira. You know how I am with rematches, Harry. I take the person who won the last fight unless something crazy happened or it's been like a super long time. Regardless, Zapper says, can we be honest and say if your favorite fighter isn't Chris Duncan, Alexander Hernandez, BSD, or Lerone Murphy, that you are a casual? That's fine, Zapper. If those are your favorite guys, I feel bad for you because there's so many more goddamn entertaining fighters in the UFC than those guys. I got Raul, but honestly, I think he can lose. I don't rate Raul that much. What are your thoughts on him overall, Harry? Raul Rosas as a fighter, just in general. What's your read on the guy?
Man, he's just a young boy. He needs to get he needs to strengthen condition less, and he needs to cardiovascular more for sure if he wants to break into the top 3, top 5. Tatsuro Taira will put a number on him. Kyoji Haraguchi will put a number on him. Amir Albazi will put a number on him. He needs to work at least 2-3 years into that his striking, and he'll be game. But if it doesn't complement the cardio, then he's ass, because when you get into your first 5-round fight, it ain't gonna go well for you, man. He was also getting touched up by that Asian prospect, remember? UFC Noche, I forgot what his name, Arichi Lang was touching him up.
Look, man, here's my read on Raul Rosas, Harry. I think he is stupidly talented. I think the grappling is something serious. For 135 pounds, the kid is absolutely massive. Like, he is huge. He will be a 45er in the near future. You know how it is. You're young. You can cut all that weight. But I don't know, man. The striking isn't so good. But every time we see him, like, he just gets a little bit better. And you expect those strides to come more and more as he gets a little bit older. I think he's legit. I think he's a problem at 135 so long as he can make it. And Zapper saying, lucky for Raul, he won't have to fight Albazi because he's a 35er, not a 25er. I think what Harry's referring to, guys, is that those guys come up and beat the dog shit out of him. Harry naming flyweights while Raul's a bantamweight. Harry, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's true, bro. If they came up, they're definitely working his ass. That's how bad it is, bro. The situation is dire. His grappling is great, but, bro, the cardio is ass, bro.
He's a big kid, man. He's a big kid, Harry. That's the only thing that gives me some faith. Also, this has to be known. This has to be something, right? Being that young, obviously confidence is going to be a big thing. When you're young, you're in the limelight, you're making money. We've seen it with, and I'm not comparing him to Mike Tyson or anything, but anytime you get these young athletes that are at the top of their game in the fight game, they get this crazy confidence. And for being a kid, and this sounds nuts, and, say what you will, but a kid that looks like that, Harry, there's something, going on with him. I don't know exactly what it is, but something's got to be wrong with the guy, right? Physically, something. And it's like he's gaining all this goddamn confidence. Like, I just wonder if he's going to be able to take that ass whooping, if he's going to be able to bounce back from it. Like, I know he lost to C-Rod, but C-Rod, that's what he does. If Raul Rosas gets embarrassed at some big stage in the game, I don't know, man. I worry for him.
Yo, breaking news, bro. Breaking news. Check real quick. Something's going on. Is the Dober fight going to get pulled? Someone at Circa Casino right now in Las Vegas texting me.
Yeah.
Is the Drew...
Go ahead.
Unbelievable. Is the Drew Dober Michael Johnson fight getting pulled? Any alerts on like betting scandals potentially?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I saw something about that, Harry, like 5 minutes before we got on the live. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy if that's the case, because what we're starting to see now is this stuff getting exposed more, and who gets proven right? People like you, people like me, who have always kind of pointed that way. People call us conspiracy theorists. They call us crazy, but we're starting to see that shit week in and week out. Isaac Dulgarian, the Alex Hernandez fight not too long ago, rumors about this one. Yeah, we'll see, man. To be fair, he's only 22. I'm sure he'll be decent at 25, but then again, you never know, says Zapper. Then he says, difference is Mike Tyson got distracted by the women, and Raul's looks will make sure that doesn't happen. He looks like a cartoon
but guys, you guys got to see. Look, let me talk. You guys are laughing at me about the flyweights. Okay, what about Muhammad Mokaev? Muhammad Mokaev will beat Raul Rosas' ass, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I don't like that fight for him at all, Harry. Like a strong grappler that knows what they're doing. Like, the kid's powerful, but like, think about it, man. I know Aljo's at 45. Aljo beats him at 35. Marab ragdolls him at 35. Muhammad Mokaev going up ragdolls him at 35. Pantoja might be able to ragdoll him at 35 if he went up. So, I don't know, Harry.
Yeah.
There was a weird betting thing with Hernandez, too, when Johnson was meant to fight him. Something's up with Michael Johnson. Maybe. You think Michael Johnson's compromised, Harry?
Man, I would hope not. But, someone at Killcliff. Killcliff is a bit interesting, to say the least.
We got some connections out at Killcliff. I got to reach out to some of my boys over at Killcliff MMA. Great gym, Harry. Great people. Love those guys. Absolutely love those guys. I hope no BS is going on, because the last time some bullshit happened was in Colorado, and you know how that played out for us at V107 MMA. We got caught in the crosshairs, as they like to say, Harry. Talk to me about this one, the co-main event, Caio Borralho versus Reinier de Ridder. Two guys, Harry, that were one fight away from a title, man. All they had to do was win their last fight, and they would have been fighting for the strap against either DDP or Khamzat Chimaev, depending on when that fight was. Both of them shat the bed. Caio Borralho looked terrible against Nasruddin Imavov, and Reinier de Ridder looked great against Brendan Allen for a round, and then he quit, Harry. He literally quit the fight.
Yeah, what a theme, bro. You don't want to tie. It's weird because the theme on this fight card is do not tie up with the grappler. Do not tie up with the grappler. Caio's going to, if he does end up getting clinched with RDR against the wall, he's going to have to shift. He's going to have to turn his back into him and get himself some control time and then pop out. That's pretty much same thing. It's going to come down to framing. And, yeah, man, RDR is also a little bit oversized for this division. I think he'd do better at light heavyweight. I'm not really, I don't know. I think as a middleweight, he rehydrates too big.
He's a big dude, big-ass dude. When I met him in Chicago, I was shocked how big he was. Yeah, he does look like a middle-of-the-pack kind of light heavyweight. But remember, he was a light heavyweight champion at ONE FC, right?
At ONE FC, yeah.
There it is.
So Zapper on the stool, too.
Yeah, yes, he did. Anatoly Malkin. So he says, Zapper says, bro, just admit you got the divisions mixed up. It's okay. But I do agree that these top flyweights kill him. Look, Zapper, I didn't get confused.
Yo, Zapper, you're telling me that Mokaev, you're telling me Tatsuro Taira, you're telling me that these guys can't defeat Raul Rosas Jr., bro? They got better hands.
He says he agrees with that, Harry. I might be wrong. I'm back, boys. RDR, if he's healthy, will dominate. But that's the problem. I might be wrong. Harry, here's the thing, man. When you get, like, I'm picking Caio Borralho in this fight. Look, I think I like Reinier de Ridder more as a fighter. I think he is, to me, he's more entertaining than Caio Borralho. He's got more danger in him than Caio Borralho does. It's just a bad look, man. Quitting on the stool is a bad look. And this is me saying this, sitting my big ass down on a chair on a couch watching the fights on TV. I get it, man. It's tough. It's tougher in there than it seems, but quitting is a bad look, dude.
Terrible.
Yeah. You got any bets on this, Harry?
Ah, man, I just got Borralho on the money line, man. Would I be surprised they go to decision? Absolutely not, because it's going to be he's going to have to buy himself a lot of space and distance management. This guy Charles Borralho, and RDR is he's gonna touch him up. I'll tell you that much. He's gonna touch him up. I could almost bet the significant strike count is gonna be on the RDR side, which is hysterical. Goes to decision, and depending on the storylines, man, who they want to push up next. Hopefully it's Brendan Allen versus Kyle Borralho. Hopefully, you know what I mean? There's so many matches you can make with a Kyle Borralho win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that ends up being a title eliminator. There's rumors that they're doing DDP versus Brendan Allen, so we'll see if that gets made. If not, I don't mind Kyle Borralho in that one. Zapper says Kyle was able to out-clinch Nasruddin Imavov. I think he could keep it in the boxing range where he'll win a slow-paced decision with a flash knockdown. Then Zapper says healthy RDR did the chicken dance when old man Robert Whittaker cracked him, Harry. What do you think?
Zapper knows what he's talking about, man. That's a very good read. He knows what he's talking about.
Shout out Zapper, always in the chat. Harry, I don't know if your phone died, you disappeared, what's going on. If you could hear me, I would love to get your take on this one. But if not, I'll talk about this one because we've got the former champion, guys. Cody No Love. Can you hear me, Harry?
Yeah. How about you? Can you see me?
Yeah, now I got you back. Talk to me about this one. This is another underdog that me and DS are both going with. Cody Garbrandt, the former champion, taking on Zhao Long. What do you think about this fight, Harry?
Add me to the stage. I'm going to remove myself from the stage. Add me.
Okay.
Here we go. Now? Yes. Hey, man, you cannot pass up someone like Cody Garbrandt who has that much experience, right? Yeah. And, Raoni Barcelo, who's he? Right? Davison Figueiredo, who's he? These are stars, bro. UFC stars, talented guys who can grapple very well rounded. And now you have a grappler who's one-dimensional. He does have that heavy-handed, he's right-handed, he's strong, but that's really it. He tries to set it up, he's grappling with it. And I think that as long as Cody, again, does his best to stay in the center, does his best to buy himself spacing, does his best to jab, to counter, move out of there, for 3 good rounds, he could potentially win. And he's got power, too, now that he's at the UFC PI. That's really why I'm betting Cody, man. I don't want to overlook that metric. That's a very important one. They really do a number with not just nutrition, but also with all the metrics regarding your health and also your activity in the octagon. So they do their best to stretch it out. So let's say, for example, you average a takedown. They do their best to get you up to about a takedown and a half, right? Let's say your footwork is stellar, but unfortunately, you get paralyzed when you get touched. You're being jabbed on. They do their best to show you what you can do to angle off, right? To start moving laterally, and so that they improve those differentials on you. And I think that he's due because he's been at the UFC PI for almost about a year and a half now. So he's due. So I like Cody Garbrandt here, man.
Yeah, I like Cody Garbrandt a lot in this one, Harry, and it's for a couple of things. Number one, 2-fight losing streak. He took a little bit of time off, and I think he realizes that this is the moment, right? This is it. This is make or break for the rest of your career. Will we ever get the Cody Garbrandt again that we got in the cage that day he was perfect and won himself a UFC title? No, those days are gone. Unfortunately, a guy like a lot of us that may have peaked early in life. You know what I mean? But Cody Garbrandt, serious power, Harry. Long Zhao struggles against counter strikers. He struggles against guys with power. Cody Garbrandt's got both of those things. He's got fast hands. He's got fast feet. When he gets in that flow state, man, he's absolutely nasty. He's absolutely nasty. So I'm sticking with him. I just think there's a different caliber of fighter. And this is one of those instances where it is a different caliber of fighter. So
let's not forget to mention, if Dana White is clever here, I like to see Cody Garbrandt at Zuffa. So let's get him a win, and let's get him over to Zuffa. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Zapper says Cody will win, and the fans will cheer him on, and then he's going to get destroyed in his next fight. Maybe. Just book him against somebody tough. Zapper also says Cody is not quite there yet where he's going to lose to the absolute bums. I agree, man. You look at his record and the last 2 fights where he did lose, he had like a little bit of a renaissance, like a career revival, right? He started winning a couple fights. He won 2 in a row. But if you look at the losses he's had in the UFC, not bad, man. The title loss, of course, to TJ Dillashaw. Then Dillashaw again in the rematch. Then Pedro Munoz. Then he got himself a win. Then he lost to Rob Font, Kai Kara France when he tried going down to 125. Those are huge names, all guys that have fought for titles and stuff. Then, besides Rob Font. Then he goes up, Harry, wins 2 fights in a row, Trevin Jones, Brian Kelleher. Then he's on a 2-fight losing streak. Figueiredo and Raoni Barcelos, no joke. None of those guys are a joke. I think they're all better than Long Zhao.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. 100%.
I'm saying, so I will go with Cody No Love. By the way, guys, like the chat. We are so goddamn close to getting to our goal, Harry, which is 2,000 subscribers. Let me just check where we're at.
Wow,
we're at
that's
1990.
Big.
We're at 1990. What a good year. We just need 10 subscribers, so like and subscribe. We're going to be turning up if we hit 2K today or on this chat, Harry, or whatever the case is.
And you're a great host, man. You're a great orator. And, you make us, your guests feel comfortable and you bring the best out of us, man.
There we go. And you bring the best out of my wallet, Harry. A lot of money you've made me over the course of these years, all right? So that I appreciate. Let's talk about this one, Harry. This is a fight that I'm interested in. Cody Durden. Taking on a guy with a name who's a fucking mouthful. Niam Jargal, Tumen Dembarel. Any chance for Cody Durden in this one?
Bro, yes. As always, in the grappling. So is he fucking going to listen for once in his life? You understand what I mean? Dude, he completely disregards his corner, bro. And I get it, dude. He has sneaky punches and sorts, His boxing is great. Don't get me wrong. He's a pressure forward boxer. But, dog, you need to grapple because that's the kryptonite for a lot of the guys you fought,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Look, Cody Durden, he's at his best when he's doing his Marab thing. When he's going in there and he's just nonstop.
Blitzing and taking you down. There we go.
But he's one of those guys, Harry, and we see it in a lot of American fighters sometimes at these lower weight classes. They want to scrap. And that's a big problem with UFC, like the UFC matchmaking, the roster. I know you know this, but for some people that don't, Americans are damn near disposable in the UFC. Americans and Brazilians. There is a surplus of talent out there where if the UFC cuts an American guy today, they can go find one tomorrow. None of us are going to bat an eye. Same thing with Brazilians. That's why you see the most turnover in those countries, not just due to the fact that they have the most fighters in the UFC, but the fact that there's so many ready to replace them, right? You can go sign a number of Brazilian prospects right now, a number of American prospects right now, and nobody would even notice. So it is what it is, man. I just hope that Cody Durden doesn't fall in love with his hands, doesn't think that he needs to go to war, but that's what a lot of these American guys do think, Harry. They think we need to go out there and make a statement or else we're losing our job. We are replaceable. That's why you don't get that with the Dagestanis very much. They'll go out there, put out a stinker. The English fighters, they can go out there and do whatever they want. So, weird situation. I hope he doesn't fall in love with his hands. I just think his chin is cracked, Harry, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's over. I love Cody
That's
Durden,
a real thing, too, man. That's not speculation. People think that's like, some shit we just say. But no, man, it is not taboo.
Yeah.
Not taboo to say this is reality.
Yep, and unfortunately, I think that's the reality. Here's another underdog I got, Harry. Talk to me. I'm picking Jesus Aguilar. He's 6 inches, 7 inches, a lot of inches, Harry, tons of inches, shorter than Su Mudarji. But he's the plus 200 underdog. He's nasty, man. This kid goes forward. He's aggressive. Think about this. They had the Mexico card last week. There are 2 big-name Mexicans fighting on this card, Jesus Aguilar and, of course, Chihuihuis, Raul Rosas Jr. They kept him off the Mexico card, Harry, and put him on this card. In my mind, I'm thinking they want to present these to the broader public on a numbered card. We want these guys to win. These are the Mexican stars moving forward after the ritual of Brandon Moreno last week. So I'm picking
That's a great way to see it. That is a great way to see it. Listen, man, Su's got trips and sweeps. He is grappling well with the Team Alpha Male, although he has a Sanda kickboxing base. And I think he's just going to abuse the reach differential there on Aguilar. He does have to be careful giving up Uh, you know, if he gets overcommitted on a shot and Aguilar dives for a double leg, it's over. He'll
Yep.
have a whole round to his name, a whole round. But if he doesn't, and we could counter strike here with Sue and keep his distance. He's headed for a decision win here, 100% plus 100 odds.
Look, man, so I get it. I think, obviously, not I think. Sumudarji, the longer fighter, the rangier fighter, he's got good power too, Harry. He's a good fighter. He just makes a lot of mistakes, man. And Jesus Aguilar is a kid that is going to constantly march forward. He's going to be in your face. It's going to be a matter of, can he close the distance? If he can't, he's losing this fight. You're 100% right. If he can, though, Harry, I think he could win it, man. He's got the special move, right? He's got the guillotine where he's got so many finishes with that. He hunts for that, and Sumudarji's got a neck like a giraffe. So it's begging. It's absolutely begging to be, grabbed. So I'm going Jesus Aguilar. I get it, though. Sumudarji's probably the safer pick in this one, so I can't argue with you. Here's an interesting one, Harry. Rafael Tobias versus DR Nurgazai, the big boys. DR Nurgazai actually training in Colorado right now with a lot of big guys, with Curtis Blades. Friend of the channel, shout out Curtis Blades. I spoke to him this week, Harry. I spoke to Curtis Blades this week, and he tells me, he's like, I'm rooting for Nurgazai. I've been training with him. Listen to this, though. He goes, we've been training. Obviously, they're at altitude in Colorado. He goes, we do 5 rounds, all the time. That's our daily thing. We do 5 rounds when we're sparring. Every time we did 5 rounds, every single time. He says that DR Nurgazai stopped after 3, and he was claiming an injury. And that's why he was doing 3 as opposed to 5. Now, this is a guy that we've seen shitty cardio out of, right? So cardio is already a big concern for me. I don't think it's an injury, Harry, but it might be. That's what Blades is telling me. I think it's really bad cardio, man. So I'm going Rafael Tobias. What do you think?
Let's go, bro. That's it, man. That's all he could do. The other guy, Nurgazov, DR, whatever his name is, this guy's a lifelong kickboxer. You know what I mean? But zero grappling. It's a white belt. He's a white belt in jiu-jitsu. So against Rafael Tobias, who grappled his whole life, who can set up a shot sequence and if has to, look, he's also much taller by like 2 inches. That's not funny.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So it is what it is, man. And then listen, you got the inside scoop, so I'm taking that for what it is, man.
Yep. And for what it's worth, Blade said that he's actually good on the ground. He's strong on the ground, man. He was surprised how good he was on the ground. So good for him. Shout out to that. Harry, the injury news and the injury news, man, and the cardio. Like, the cardio was the first thing. Then this guy tells me he's hurt. Slamming Rafael Tobias minus.
Yeah, man. That's bro, that's a gift.
I'm saying.
That's a gift. Something like that, bro. Like, the confidence that he has with you as well. That's beautiful, man. Minus 200. Let's get it, bro. Live. For those who fell asleep and aren't on the live, too bad for you.
I'm saying. I might be wrong in the chat saying my boy Jesus going to get this one. Jamal Witherspoon says T-Rex arms. Jesus Aguilar will get the W. And then Zapper says, no disrespect, but your channel isn't big yet. How are you in contact with all these dudes? Because I don't know. We got some connections, Zapper. I don't know what to tell you, man. We got some connections out here.
You talk about those connections every week, bro. Like, maybe Zapper is new, but yeah, I don't know if he knows. Yeah, you got like the insiders with everybody. So.
Zapper's a little bit new. By the way, Harry, I'll throw this out there. I'm not going to say the name yet. We got a fighter interview coming up on Friday, so stick around for that. That should be a banger. Me and DS will be doing a sick interview with a fighter that has a fight coming up soon, a UFC veteran, a dope fighter. Anyways, Punisher in the chat. Oliveira round 2 armbar. Let's go. Charles Oliveira by sub, baby. I don't even think cardio is going to play a factor. I think Tobias finishes him fresh. It may be, man. The only thing I worry about with that, Harry, these Brazilian big guys, right? You get these prospects coming up at heavyweight, 205, even some big middleweights. Their records are so padded out of Brazil, man. They're fighting nobody.
He is padded. Don't get me wrong. Tobias is padded. The thing is, there's no threat of a level change. You understand? So Tobias got the upper hand, bro.
Okay, I'm with it. And then Punisher has a theory how I got these connections, Harry. Apparently, I'm a Jew. Okay. Hava, Nagila Hava, shit like that. So, anyways, yeah, we don't got any Mossad connections out here. That would be interesting. You know what I mean? If we had those kind of connections, I wouldn't be at 1990 subs, Harry, if that was my connection. We'd be at well above that. By the way, since we are at fucking 1990, and since you guys want to talk shit like that, then subscribe. Subscribe. 10 more subs.
10 more subs.
2,000, okay? So click the fucking subscribe button. Click the like. It helps the algorithm. All that kind of shit. And the reason that we haven't gotten there, Harry, is because we don't cover news. We need to cover more news. That's what this needs to become, is a MMA news insight channel where we give our opinions, because we're right about all that shit. I don't need to toot our own horn, but we're right about everything. We've never been wrong, actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Zapper in the chat saying, ever seen No Bromo's Schnoz? He's definitely Jewish. Well, Zapper, you can ask him, and I know you've already asked him, but No Bromo will be on with us shortly. He calls himself No Goimo, Harry. No Goimo, okay? So he's buying into it. A couple more things. Let's see. What do we got? Dante Johnson, Cody Brundage. Look, shout out friend of the channel. I'll do it again, Harry. A guy that we are often in touch with. Cody Brundage, great guy, great family man, such a cool dude. Gives us the time of day anytime we want to talk to him. He's taking on a prospect in Dante Johnson. It says no odds here, Harry, because when I wrote it, there was no odds, but now the odds are massive. Dante Johnson's like minus 600 as of last night. It's probably gotten even worse than that. I hate picking against friends of the channel, people that have been nice to us here. But, man, I got to go Dante Johnson, right? I'm going first round KO, unfortunately, for Cody. What do you think?
Man, it's interesting. I don't know if Shelby said, well, Cody, take this fight and we're going to renew your contract.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, potentially, right?
Yeah.
Or he said, Cody, take this shit now because we are not renewing your contract.
Maybe.
I'd like to think the former, and I'd like to say that Cody has an edge in this fight against Dante Johnson.
Harry, do me a favor. Harry, do me a favor real quick. I'm going to remove myself. I spilled some coffee, so just take over for a minute.
All right. Making it the largest dog to potentially cash on this fight card. That's it. That's my take on that one, man. Listen, if Drew Dober falls off this card, because supposedly there's a betting scandal now. I don't know what the hell's going on with and the split, but if there's an issue, another conspiracy around it, because the Integrity Commission called Dana, like they did with the Alexander Hernandez Michael Johnson fight, and that's off, I'm going Bruno Ferreira, and I'm going to split my bankroll to also cover Brundage, Cody Brundage on the spread. He has to go for broke right now, Cody, because it's either the UFC is going to renew him for a contract for taking this short notice, or they're cutting him. They said, take this fight, we're cutting you. It's Dante Johnson. Help him. Leverage him. We potentially could fight. What's this guy's name? The guy that already fought Cody Brundage and Cody defeated very early on. Tresean Gore. Could you imagine a fight with Dante Johnson versus Tresean Gore?
Harry, are you referring to certified friend of the channel, Tresean Gore? Is that who we're talking about?
That's what we're talking about.
The guy that follows us on Instagram, the guy that has done an interview with us, one of those guys. I'm saying, shout out Tresean Gore. Love that guy. Harry, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. All right. There we go. How about this? Gaston Bolaños. He's taking on Jung Young Lee. Talk to me.
Damn. You know, a lot of guys like this guy, Jung Young Lee, man, especially at Fight Ready. Bruno Silva fighting next week against Charles Johnson. He likes this guy, Jung Young Lee. I don't, absolutely not. You know, the way Hyder Emil finished him, he used his forearms against the wall, the octagon wall, to knock him out. Not his fists. It's crazy. I thought that was so amateur. I didn't like it. Not how Jung Young reacted. He flew his whole family from Korea. He thought he had that fight in the bag. I don't know, man. Very inactive. I'm not seeing too much of training footage behind him. His grid space on Instagram empty, so I'm not a fan. I'll take Gaston Bolaños. If I'm wrong, okay, Jung Young Lee won. If you bet this, any of these two, God bless.
Yeah, I'm not betting this fight. I'm picking Jung Young Lee just due to the fact, Harry, that for me, I saw Gaston Bolaños live when we were in Iowa at the Figueiredo versus Sandhagen. God, he's bad on the ground, man. He's just not good on the ground. Not that I think Jung Young Lee is going to do anything. I might be wrong, says Bolaños' fight is canceled, I think. I hope so, because who cares about this fight?
Even better. Who cares about that?
And then you mentioned this, Harry. You mentioned your boy, Bruno, next week, huh? Next week, Bruno.
Against Charles Johnson.
versus Charles Johnson. So, guys, for those of you that don't know, Harry is very close with Bruno. Super close. Like, you guys hang out, you go to his house, he comes by you, family, friends, all that stuff. So, Harry, very close with him. Obviously, us here at D107 MMA, we say friend of the channel a lot. A big friend of the channel is Charles Johnson, somebody that's done, that's done a collab with us, somebody that talks to us all the time. It's a person we're in touch with. So, it's Harry's really good friend versus our good friend. And that's going to be a banger, Harry. I think it's two dudes that are underappreciated. Two guys that have never really gotten their flowers from the UFC. One of them's going to move on here, get a big win versus a name. The other one, it's not going to be so good for. So, obviously, good luck to your guy. Good luck to our guy. That's going to be interesting. We got to do something next week for that. So, friends of the channel, guys, CJ and Bruno, that's going to be really dope. I hope Harry can still hear us. Keeps disappearing under these bridges. Harry's making that Sopranos drive. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. From New York to Jersey, whatever he's doing, Harry's having himself a good time. But yeah, while he's gone, guys, until we get him back, 10 more subs. Press the goddamn
Can you
sub.
see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Harry.
Add me to the stage. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes. Looks
okay,
like
I'm muted now, but on your end. I think I'm muted on your end.
I can hear you, but hold on.
You got to unmute me.
All right, I can hear you.
Let me remove myself. All right, how about now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, hell no. We are talking about the insider with Bruno. All right, what about now?
Yes, yeah.
No way. Okay, well, you know what? I can't hear you, but I'll just lip read. Yes, Bruno Silva, insider. Before the UFC signed a deal with the Integrity Commission, U.S. Integrity Commission, for betting handles and scandals like we have right now, Drew Dober's line is now minus 200, gentlemen. Minus 200 on Drew Dober. Bruno tells me, he goes, bro, just bet all my fights not to go the distance. So we've cashed plus 200, we've cashed plus 250, we've cashed minus 150 with this last fight when he took out the Korean prospect. And I'm going to bet the fight not to go the distance this time because my best friend, Bruno Silva, tells me he ain't fighting for a decision. He's fighting for a 50K bonus. You heard it here first.
Boom. Now, can you hear me, Harry? No?
You still didn't hear me?
No, I heard you. Hold on, Harry. Look at this. I can hear you. And then we do this. I can hear you, Harry. God damn it, I can hear you. Anyways, guys, whatever. Harry will be back. He's making that Sopranos drive. He's out in the country. You guys saw those trees and shit. I don't know what. Harry's always doing some shit, guys. That one time we had him on here, he was in like Home Depot getting ready for Armageddon, something like that. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for tonight, man. Looks like there's a lot of money to be made on this card. Underdogs. I guess I'll go through those until this guy comes back or Bromo shows up. Underdogs. I don't mind Charles, guys. I don't mind Charles as an underdog. Personally, I'm picking him. The official 10-7 pick is Max. I explained how that works, but I don't mind that. I guess I don't mind RDR. Like, if you're confident, if you don't like Kyle Borralho, go for RDR, but I just can't pick him based on the way I saw him looking last time out. A very popular dog here in Rob Font. A lot of people going with him. DS planting his flag that he's going with him, not me. I'm not doing it
anymore.
How about now?
The link wasn't working anymore.
Is it working now?
Yes, perfect. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's working now.
Okay.
Hey, so were you able to hear me about that minus 200?
Yep.
On Drew Dober? Okay, the audience too? Okay, awesome.
I asked them in chat. They could hear you. And we've got MMA Joey in the chat, Max in 4. I don't know if this is the real MMA Joey. There's a new MMA Joey, Harry, that's running around out here pretending to be the real MMA Joey. Because MMA Joey is MMA Joey C. This is MMA Joey D. But I'll still take your word for it, Max in 4. Speaking of which, we've also had MMA Joey hop in the stream. The real MMA Joey on camera. You guys know that. Teron Brown, me personally, I feel Oliveira is being counted out badly. I do too, man. I think these odds should be closer, Harry. I think they should be closer, but you're confident, huh? Like, you seem very confident in Max Holloway. Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me, Harry? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely hear you. Yep.
There we go. What are you doing over there? It looks like you're making the Sopranos drive, Harry. That's what I was telling him. You know, the woke up this
Yeah,
morning,
no,
going from the turnpike and where are we
we're
at?
heading. I'm telling you, to a lounge. I gotta watch these fights, bro. In the next 45 minutes, it's gonna be amazing.
Are you in New York still?
Always, man. I'm between New York City, Brooklyn, Long Island, and Philly, man. At all times.
There it is. You guys can catch him out there, Harry Balls with the dollar sign right before it. Anything else you want to talk about, Harry? What else we got on this card? We basically went through the whole card. So give me a Parleezy. Give the fans a Parleezy. What's Harry's lock of the week? At least a two-leg or something, Harry.
Okay, so we'll do the first parlay. We'll give you two. The first is everything that could go wrong will not. We're going to see the same result from the first fight with Bruno Ferreira as the first leg and Max Holloway as the second.
Okay, so you are saying the rematches, the two rematches, the winners of the previous fight are winning those fights.
Yes. That's
Boom.
plus 300 odds right there. All right, that's your first parlay. And then, hey, listen, if you have FanDuel, take the significant strike count to the body. Max Holloway, plus 40, plus 25 is giving you, right? All you need, 25 significant strikes to the body. Max Holloway on FanDuel is giving you anywhere from plus 400 to plus 2,000 odds.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah. And listen, I like Cody Brundage on the money line. I know it sounds crazy, bro, but I'd like to say that the UFC wants to renew his contract.
Harry, look, brother, I'm going to sprinkle on Cody Brundage. Anytime, look, he's in there. This is what he does. He's made a career for himself doing exactly this. Fraud checking these big favorites that come in here. You know, everyone's hyped up on him. That's what he does. I just do believe that Dante Johnson is really that guy. But if not, like, that's what he does. You know, minus 600, minus 700 is crazy. Crazy against the guy that's fought Bo Nickel and you know, everybody that he's fought in the UFC. Like, the UFC likes Cody Brundage for a reason. He told me here, he's like, I've never once declined a fight. Never once has he declined the fight. They call him, he accepts it. No matter the date, the opponent, the location, I accept. They love company men. And then, speaking of company men, look who we've got. Straight out of Britain.
It's your boy.
No Bromo. Welcome to the chat, the Bromo
No, bro.
sexuals.
No way, bro, Mo. Did you bet Brandon Moreno like myself last week?
I mean, I don't bet, but I thought that Brandon Moreno would have got it done. That was crazy.
No,
Very-
bro, Mo gets no hose, no mo. You heard?
There it is.
I don't. I'm engaged. I get no hose. You know.
Oh,
Hey.
shit.
It is what it is. He's a family man, Harry. Come on now. Hey, and the fake MMA Joey in the chat again. Jones versus Alex just got announced. We'll be making a video on it right now. Is that so?
I thought that was the real Joey. I was gonna
Is
go in
that-
on him, but nah.
Where are you seeing this announced, fake MMA Joey? Let us know.
I think it's just teased. I think it's just like being teased because it seems like the only option for a main event at this point. But it might not even happen.
No, bro, Mo. Breaking news. The Drew Doble line moved 80 cents from 125 to minus 200
Minus 200.
in the last 30 minutes. Yeah.
Let's go, Michael Johnson. That's what
Why?
There we go.
Let's go, Michael Johnson. Oh, he's
There we go.
gone.
He'll be back. He's been driving and losing. Anyways, Teron Brown. I've never seen Dante Johnson fight, which is good. Like, he's fun. Dude, he's really fun to watch. Octagon guy in the chat. Yo, what up? Hey, how are you? Bromo, what's going on, man? How are things over there on that side of the world?
Not too bad, man. You know, I would have been on sooner, but you know, got back from the gym, had a good session, had some eggs, watched some Is It Cake with my with my fiance. Great show. Kind of like slop. But yeah, we're all good over here, man. We're all good. And I want to say I'm getting back into doing Fight Companion, so I'm going to be live for this card. I'm not doing every card because some of the cards are shit. I'm only going to do it for ones that are worthwhile. So this one are probably Fight Night London and then definitely Yuri Prohaska.
And you're doing the White House as Trump.
I'm doing the White House as Trump. That'll be fun. If the White House even happens.
It's happening. Bromo, stop. It's happening. It's happening. We're getting the freaking announcement tonight. Here's my theory, okay? Here's my theory. I think the main event is John and Alex. I think the UFC figured it out. I think they, Alex vacated for a reason. He's obviously fighting for the title. I don't think it's Tom. I know, you guys over there are probably rooting for it to be Tom. It's not Tom. Tom's not fighting.
No. I mean, Tom said in that he had a press conference with Eddie Hearn, and he did say that he isn't clear to return anytime soon. So
there it is. So it's not him. That'll be vacant. They'll vacate the title tonight officially. It will be John and Poatan. Co-main event, my theory originally, I had a couple theories. Obviously, this is not any groundbreaking stuff. Kayla Harrison, Amanda, I thought that makes a lot of sense. An Olympic gold medalist for the United States fighting at the White House makes a ton of sense. If she's clear, if she's ready to go, that would be awesome. And if not, Harry, man, not Harry, Bromo. The one I feel like the one that they're talking about that fell apart, I want to say it's O'Malley and Peter Yan. I think Peter Yan pulled out, and I think that was the fight that was being made. I might be wrong wants to join. Yeah, why not? I will. Do you have the link, Bromo?
I can send it to him.
Yeah, please.
Well, here's the thing, right? So I obviously saw about the and also I might be wrong. I'll send it to you on Discord so you can join. I saw a thing, and someone who represents Elia, and also they happen to represent John Jones. Let me get the actual post up. Moki, I'm saying his name properly. Moki Kawa, who represents Ilia Tuporia, was in an all-night negotiation last night.
Yeah.
And he said, "When I tell you this story, you won't believe it." And then it just so happens the White House has a fight cancelled. On update, he also represents John Jones.
Yeah.
So we could be looking at either Elia was on the card and now he's not, or maybe some more John Jones drama, which I don't know, man. I really don't know. I mean, I can see Kayla and Amanda still going on because I don't think Hunter Campbell and that other guy would be so pissed off that Harrison Nunes was cancelled. I think it's gonna have to be a pretty significant fight for them to be pissed off at.
Boom.
Like what they were.
Yeah, I agree. I might be wrong. With the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful photo there of a young, strapping, charming, gorgeous Merab Dvalishvili. I might be wrong. What's up, brother?
Absolutely. Anyway, I am known on my channel as a prelim merchant. So what better fight to predict than the first fight of the night?
Okay.
Two absolute bums that will probably open the fight up. And I don't think they're going to be bums on the first fight. So here's my call. The first fight of the White House card will be two Americans.
Okay.
Dustin Jacoby versus Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
You know what's crazy? I wanted to say this yesterday. I was on the other 10-7. Shout out to them, 10-7 MMA, spelled the way it's supposed to be spelled. Anyways, those guys, I was on there, and what I told them was, or I didn't tell them, but I wanted to. Khalil Roundtree's fighting on that White House card. He's been training with Khamzat Chimaev. He's been with Team Chimaev this whole time while they're in LA. So I believe you. I could see it.
Khalil Bumtree, bro. After getting slept, he's going to get a White House card slot. Oh,
yeah. That's basically our son, right? That's Yuri's son.
Exactly. I'd probably say the way that Yuri did him is probably his grandson at this point.
I like that.
It's that bad, or like an adoptive son. That's how bad the beating was.
What are your thoughts on that fight, Bromo? If we get the Hanyak, Dustin Jacoby versus Khalil Roundtree,
doesn't get me very excited for. I mean, it's a good fight. Is it White House like the craziest card you've ever seen? Worthy? Probably not. It's like UFC 300. Pereira versus Jamal Hill. It's a good main event, but they were hyping it up. Dana said something like, "The main event's something that you'll never see coming, and it's a fight unlike no other." And it's like Jamal Hill, So if it is Jacoby versus Khalil Roundtree, I can see why, because it's two Americans, but at the same time, it's like this is like they've bigged up this card to be something insane. It needs to be something insane, and I don't think that really qualifies as
Doesn't do it for you.
crazy fight. It's a good fight.
Yeah.
That's like a, that's like a fight night main event, or like a, like a fight on like a numbered card, like a normal numbered card, like maybe the fourth fight down or something. It's not like a White House major event type fight, in my opinion. They're not big enough stars, I don't think, but it'd be a fun fight. I'd probably lean to Khalil Roundtree, but
Teron Brown says, "What's up, Bromo?" And
hello,
then
Torrin, a regular in the Bromo streams.
there it is. He's a regular in everybody's stream. Shout out to Teron Brown. Shows so much love in the community. I might be wrong. Do me a favor. If you think that's the fight, I like it. I like it. I can totally see it. I'm in agreement with you. I think that could be on there. Sell it to us, though. You're sitting here. You're pitching this. Sell it to us. Let us know. Why?
The rematch of the century. The first fight was arguably a robbery. What better to open up the White House?
Robberies at the White House. That's the reasoning there, Bromo. I like it. No, I like the fight. Dustin Jacoby called out for the White House. I know Khalil Rountree's in camp. He's in camp. Like, he hasn't said it. He's in camp. I know. I've seen it. So I don't hate it.
Yeah, but do you think it's White House worthy? Like, I mean, there's only going to be 6 fights on there, maybe now 5 because one of them's been cancelled.
But that's guaranteed. It's guaranteed fireworks, Bromo. I know it's not like the biggest names, but it's guaranteed fireworks, man. Like, you know that Khalil Roundtree and Dustin Jacoby are going to throw down. Somebody's getting knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's getting knocked out. So I don't mind that. Plus, the UFC seems to really like Khalil Roundtree for whatever reason. Let's get into this for 1 second, not to like drag on about this. How the fuck does he have custom shorts and Yuri doesn't? That's a big problem. I don't like that at all, but it lets me know that the UFC likes him.
It's just classic black privilege. That's what it is.
That's insane. I love it.
That's what it is.
Love it. There it is. Teron Brown for the
I
culture. Let us
I
know.
don't-
Is that black privilege or what is that? You got to let us know.
I don't really know why. I can see maybe Yuri's just doesn't want them because he thinks they're a bit too goofy. But then again, he's a goofy guy, so I don't know. If he doesn't get custom shorts in his title fight, I'm going to assume that he's just turned them down and said that he doesn't want any.
I know
Because there's no way that
Pantoja had turned them down for a while until they kind of like forced him into it. Yuri deserves them. They'd be so cool. I'd buy them immediately.
dude, they would sell out. Like, do like a samurai theme.
Yeah.
You know, like that they would sell out. But I can see Yuri just being like, I'm not really into that. I just want to go in and scrap. I'm not really there for like the theatrics. I just want to go in and fight. So if he doesn't get them for UFC 327, I think he's just declining. I don't think the UFC wouldn't offer him them because that'd just be silly.
Yeah.
If they're offering them to Khalil Roundtree, then they're offering them to Yuri. I think he's just saying no, though.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I might be wrong. What else you got? What other fights you think are on this White House card? Give me your breakdown, your little list.
Chandler Bobby Green, let's go. That actually be sick, though.
Bromo, this is the first time I'm ever going to be able to do this to you. It's King Green, okay?
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Damn.
No. My boy. So, I'm really sorry, King. If you're watching, I'm sorry.
Damn. Anyway, what other fights? I think Chandler's a definite. He's definitely going to be on the card. There's no like question there. Against two can be questionable. They want to get like a winnable fight. They might just put him against another American guy, so it's a guaranteed American win. That's what I think they're going to do for the White House. It's Matt Favola. Who knows?
Shout out Matt Favola. He did the Yuri hair when he was fighting on Yuri's card. Do you guys remember that? That's some real Yuri ball knowledge. Okay, he did the antenna when he was on Yuri's card.
Oh.
Jamal Witherspoon says Khalil has Freemason privilege. If you guys want to fucking go down a rabbit hole, look into that.
Maybe he does. Also, for that Yuri card, I might have to buy a Yuri wig for that fight.
Just do what that one guy does. Do the plunger with the little thing. You know what I'm talking about? The guy on Instagram.
Oh yeah, like the bald cap and a plunger, isn't it, or something? Yeah. Maybe I'll just do that. Yeah.
There it is. It's a lot cheaper and cost effective. The economy's in a shitter. I don't know about England, but I hear it's bad over there too.
It is bad. Yeah, it's pretty shit.
Punisher says, I went for a minute and the holy trio spawned. We are here. And I don't know what happened to Harry.
The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's what it is, boys.
Is that what it is? We don't do blasphemy on my channel, Bromo. We don't like that, okay? We're not blasphemous here. We're good folks. We praise the Lord when we can. But look, All I'm saying is this White House card is going to fail to deliver the expectations that we thought it was. They were promising 7-8 titles. That was always bullshit. That was always far-fetched. It was never going to happen. I knew it would be 2-3 at the most because they can't fuck up the rest of their year. They can't fuck up the rest of their year just for a 6-fight card. So we've seen it's 2 titles from that image that Dana put up. That's subject to change after what we saw at Power Slap. I think it still ends up being 2 title fights. But then, yeah, I think we get maybe a Colby Covington appearance, maybe a Bo Nickel appearance on the card. One fight that I really, really wanted, and I heard nobody talking about, was the rematch between Colby and Jorge Masvidal. I thought that would be a banger. You do that, part 2. It's a big fight. It was a main event when it happened of a numbered card. Obviously, this is years later. They're both less relevant, but they were both on Trump's campaign trail. You could put a fake belt up for that, like Trump's favorite fighter or America's favorite fighter, something like that for those two. And the press conference would be hilarious. They would just be arguing over who Trump likes more.
The fucking Goy belt or something. Call it
the Goy belt. What do you think about that one? I might be wrong.
Just Colby, you know, I can't even think. I was trying to think of it like a name for our belts. The Kiss Arse belt? I don't fucking know.
But Masvidal wouldn't fight for that. He's got a little too much respect to fight for that.
Maybe. Funny how we didn't say Colby didn't have enough respect. Bo Nickel.
I don't think he takes that fight. He's going to get his ass whooped by Bo Nickel.
Well, yeah, but I mean, hasn't he? I mean, he's called him out in RAF, hasn't he? So I don't know. Maybe he puts his money where his mouth is, but he probably wouldn't, right? But
yeah, I would think if Colby took this, he'd fight like a Brazilian, like an old Brazilian guy, like a RDA, somebody along those lines. You know what I mean? Just like an old kind of a guy with a name, a former champion, maybe somebody like that would make sense for me. How about Colby Usman, the trilogy?
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be sick.
That would be fun. But Colby's not Colby. Usman's looking for titles, and he's turning down DDP because he didn't want to fight DDP and maybe get a title shot if he beats DDP. That dude's retarded. I don't know what he's doing with his career at this point. He's turning down massive fights, so I don't think he's going to take a Colby Covington because he wants to fight for like belts or nothing. It seems like.
Yeah, but if they're not offering you the belt, you got to take a fight that's winnable. And to me, I think Kamaru Usman would know. I mean, obviously, he knows that's a winnable fight. Bromo, look, so we're going to go over some of this card. I might be wrong. We're going to go over some of this card if you don't mind. I just want to hear your guys' quick picks on some of these fights. By the way, Bromo, 7 subs. That's all we need is 7 subs to hit 2,000.
Is that it?
We're going to be turning up if we hit 7 subs. So, guys, if you're here, click the fucking subscribe button. We're trying to get there. We're trying to do our thing. So do that for us. Talk to me about this one. And you guys go however you want to go in order. I know Teron Brown. I know Colby already defeated RDA years ago, right? That was for the interim belt. I want to say that was in Chicago, if I remember correctly. Regardless, yeah, I think it's a good fight. Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. If you boys want to play friendly and take turns, let me know.
Bromo, you can go for us if you want.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably do like a better breakdown. You're kind of more knowledgeable than I am in general. I just kind of go off like what I've seen and kind of vibes, but I'm leaning towards Max. I'm not confident in either way. I think this is a really 50-50 fight. I think this should be a pick'em fight, really, than a favorite and an underdog type thing. I'm really leaning towards Max though, via like I want to say like late rounds TKO, just like volume strikes and just like the referee, like because Charles obviously we know he gets dropped in like every fight that he has. Not that it's mattered for the most part because he's always won those fights, but I feel like looks like it's me and you now. We've taken over. I feel like Max is going to be able to keep it on the feet, keep it range maybe, and I can see like a late rounds TKO after he's wobbled Charles a few times maybe. But if it goes to the ground, then obviously Charles is gonna fucking get this dude subbed. But he hasn't been subbed in like 14 years. But at the same time, he's not really fought a grappler that isn't Brian Ortega. So I'm not confident either way, but I'm leaning towards Max just based off of previous performances, pretty much. That's what I'm going off of in this fight, because both of them could win this fight, in my opinion. But
okay,
yeah,
you done, Bromo? I don't want to cut you off.
no, yeah, I'm done.
And before you go, real quick, I might be wrong. Just want to touch on the chat for a second. Jamal Witherspoon says all 9 of us are subbed. Fuck you. Okay. And then the Octagon guy says, let's get there right now. I'm a sub off my other channel. That's more like it. The fake MMA Joey says 2K subs. I'll hop on. The real MMA Joey has already hopped on. He's already a subscriber. So fuck you, fake MMA Joey. And then the Punisher says Bromo takeover. I might be wrong. What do you got in this main event?
So I kind of agree with Bromo, but I have a more. I was fence sitting. I was bedtime MMA maxing the whole week. I was going back and forth. Oliveira saw Holloway take TKO. Will it go to decision? Will it not? And I have my definitive answer, and I'm actually fairly confident in it. I think it's going to be a Holloway rounds 2 or 3 KO. But like not like flatline, but I think it's going to be against the fence, just beating him up, body shots, just kind of just like the... I was going to name a fight I can compare it to, but I've just completely gone blank. But I can just see him getting Oliveira against the fence. Oliveira, when he does get hurt, he likes to pull guard. I think if Max can force him against the fence and keep him pressured there, I think it'll make it harder for him to just fall backwards. Because he'll be kind of against the fence, and Holloway can get some shots off. So I think that's what the game plan for Holloway is going to be. Push him against the fence, keep him backed up, like get rid of the range. Because I feel like that's the path for Oliveira on the feet. Keep the range and throw front kicks and like long straights. Holloway's going to get in close, just not let him take him down or pull guard, and just beat him up against the fence. I think Oliveira might win round 1, but rounds 2 or 3, I think Matt Holloway will just swarm him with body shots.
Yeah. I've already given my breakdown a couple times, obviously, on the channel with the full card breakdown. We did the live. I did it here a little bit. Look, the official, just to clarify, the official 10-7 pick is me and DS coming together and agreeing on a pick like we have to by the end of the week. But this is one where we are separate in our individual picks, right? So the official pick is Max Holloway. That's who we're going with as a channel. But my individual pick, guys, is Charles. But I'll tell you why. I'm slightly leaning Charles. When this fight first got announced, I was like, Max Holloway wins this fight. That was it. Cut and clear. Let's move on. I'm starting to get this feeling that Charles Oliveira wins it. As the week goes on, I'm getting a little more confident. The one thing that worries me is if Charles Oliveira fights this fight as if it is for the BMF title, he's going to lose it. So I agree with you guys. If he's on the feet, if he's willing to exchange with Max, if he's hanging out for too long, if he wants to play the point down and show that he is the BMF, put his balls on the line, he's going to lose. But if Charles Oliveira can figure a way out to get this fight to the ground, he's going to win. The problem is he doesn't have great takedowns, but he has some good trips. He has some good stuff, some good judo, some good trips. He takes the back. He'll hang on. He'll latch on, and he'll do his thing. If he gets this fight to the ground, guys, there's a different level. And I just assume over the course of 25 minutes, he'll be able to do that. And also, I just don't see Max chinning him. So I might be wrong. If there is a TKO, it would probably be the method you're saying, just the cumulative damage. But usually we don't see Charles go out like that. It's usually a shot that drops him, really hurts him, and then the damage gets poured on from there. So either way, official pick for the channel is Max Holloway. My personal pick is Charles Oliveira. Love both of these guys. I would hate to see either of my little babies hurt. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I can, like I say, I think it's 50-50, to be honest. It's kind of like, if it stays on the feet, Max. If it goes down to the ground, it's Charles. Kind of like the whole DDP and Hamzat thing. If it goes down to the ground, it's Hamzat. If it stays on the feet, it's DDP. Kind of the same sort of mindset. I guess it just depends where the fight goes. I can see both scenarios happening, but obviously you've got to make a pick, and I'm just leaning to Max based on, like I say, past performances. I mean, because obviously Charles did really well against Gamrot, but it was short notice, and before that he got slept. So it's kind of like it's not really not much to go off. Whereas Max had some like pretty good, solid performances in the past. But you could say, he took Poirier to 5 rounds, and Charles Oliveira managed to get him out of there pretty quickly. But we all know MMA matches always. What was that? Sorry.
Different points in their career, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. You know, and MMA math doesn't always add up. So, but yeah, I think it's 50-50. So I can see, like you say, Charles just getting it down at some point in 25 minutes. That's a long time to not be able to do that, and then just getting like a choke cinched up or something, like a rear naked choke or something. I can see that happening.
If it's truly a 50-50, Bromo, then why not go with the dog? You know what I mean? Shout out Yama. Thinker, my boy Thinker, shout out Yama in the chat saying going live in a few, but had to stop by and show some love to the homies. Shout out Yama, guys. Go check him out. He's always live. This fucking guy, always live. He was live overnight. Listen to this. He was live overnight for the Ryzen event, and now he's going to be live for the UFC event. That is an absurd amount of streaming.
Yeah, that's dedication. That's
dedication.
Yeah, you won't catch me doing that.
Shout out Yama. By the way, in that Ryzen event, poor Patchy Mix got his
Rest
ass
in
whooped
peace.
again.
Fucking
Rest in
patchy
peace.
shit.
By a teenager as well.
By a fucking teenager, guys. A teenager. Anyways, we're done with that one. Let's move on to the co-main event. Give me your thoughts on this one. Kyle Borralho, Reinier de Ridder. Two guys that looked terrible their last time out. They were both one fight away from the title. End up putting on a stinker performance. Kyle, of course, against Nasruddin Imavov looked bad. Reinier de Ridder looked great until he didn't against Brendan Allen. Quit on the goddamn stool. I might be wrong. Talk to me. Who do you got?
Let me tell you about the RDR prophecy. And this has been a storyline on my channel for however I believe. I had my doubts after the Brendan Allen fight, but with the information I know now, and if I can trust that information, and if he looks good tonight, I believe RDR is the only one that can beat Hamzat right now. So I'm going to go RDR by 30-27 decision or late TKO. I could just see him breaking him with knees to the body. If it goes down to the ground, he is mauling Kyle if he is fully healthy and has the fucking cardio. If he's healthy, if he's completely done, he probably will get like just squashed in the second and third. But if he is the RDR that fought Whitaker, he is going to maul Kyle on the ground.
Am I the only one that thinks that RDR didn't look good against Whitaker? I don't rate that performance.
Whitaker, I think to me it was more Whitaker looked bad than RDR looked good.
Yeah,
I thought it was RDR made him look bad. That's what I think.
Okay. To each their own.
I just don't think RDR even looked good in that fight. I was just kind of like, this guy's just like fucking sloppy. But then again, so's DDP and it works for him, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Bo Nickel looked like a world beater against like Rodolfo Vieira. And then against RDR, he gets his shit kicked in. So it's just
true. Real
quick, ungathered thoughts in the chat. Are we getting a play-by-play on this channel when it starts? No, not on this channel. However, the man in the middle right there, No Bromo, will be live. This guy, Yama, who is in the chat, will be live. So you got options, brother. The 10-7 family tree here, they'll supply you with unlimited content. So hit the subscribe button. And we're almost at 2006 away, 5 away, something like that, Bromo. We need to hit that shit before tonight. I want to go take some tequila shots.
Easy, bro. Easy. Yeah, 10-7's like the drug dealer that just deals you loads of channels, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Go get your hit from this guy, you know.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fucking you'll get to 2K in like the next few days, bro. Easy.
Oh, it's happening tonight. I'm making sure of it.
Good.
If I gotta make 5 burner accounts and go sub,
I was just gonna say that.
I'm celebrating tonight, so we're hitting 2000 tonight.
Right, I'm going to give my predictions for this fight, and then I'm going to dip because I'm going to go make a cup of tea, obviously, and then get set up for my fight companion. I just think, like you said, these guys both didn't look too good in their last fight. I just think that Kyle Borralho is better than Reinier de Ridder. Like I say, I don't think he looked very good in the Whitaker fight. I know I know the Brendan Allen fight was a weird one. It was, short notice, and he'd been so active. Maybe that played a factor. But you say that, but he's also quit. He's also quit in the past in one championship.
I have law for that, by the way. Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it. Of course, you have law.
In that fight, his opponent was a heavyweight coming down to middleweight, and he got caught for steroids right after.
Anatoly Malkin, is that who we're referring to?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got caught for steroids, and he was a fucking heavyweight.
Triple champ, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh wow. Well, fair enough.
Crazy.
But I just think Kyo's just probably, I don't know, same thing again. I mean, I just think that he'll be able to just make it. Like, is it 3 rounds? I believe
Yeah,
it's
3
3
rounds.
I can see it. I can see Kyle winning a decision here. I mean, I don't think he's going to finish RDR. He's very like durable when he's not like, you know. I do feel like the Brendan Allen fight, a lot of that was being so active. Because how many fights did he have last year? Was it like 4 or 5 or something?
5.
5 fights, just crazy, like really, really crazy. All against like top guys too. But I don't know, man.
4's the limit, by the way, Bromo. It looks like 4 is the limit unless you're Kevin Holland in 2020. 4 is the limit. Like, you can't fucking do more than that. That weight cut will kill you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I mean. He's looking in better shape.
Kelvin Gastelum
fight too. But I'm just gonna lean towards Kyo Borralho, to be honest, by a decision maybe. I feel like this could be a pretty scrappy, fun fight though, which would be fun to watch.
Boom.
But I am gonna dip though. I'm gonna go get set up. Thank you for having me on, as always. When 10-7's done, come over to me because I'll be doing a fight companion. I'm gonna start doing them again because people want them, so why not? Thank you for having me on, as always.
Appreciate you, brother.
Wrong, I'll probably see you in the chat or something.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, no Bromo. There he is. I might be wrong. Are you sticking around? You leaving? What's going on?
I got about 5 more minutes to me, and I have to go set up things for a party I'm going to.
There we go. Talk to me quick. I just want to get your opinion on a couple of these real quick, and then I'll let you out of here. So, underdog wise, right? Here's a couple of dogs that I'm going with. I guess Michael Johnson is now the underdog. Yet to see if that fight is still going on. How about this one? I'm going with the dog here. Cody Garbrandt versus Long Zhao. I'm taking the former champion. What do you think?
Me picking Cody Garbrandt, it's like a toxic relationship. It never works out for me, but yet I keep going back.
Yeah.
I after the Kai Kara France fight, I said I'm never picking Cody Garbrandt again. I pick him again. After the Raoni Barcelos fight, I say I'm going to pick him again. I'm never going to pick him again. And then I pick him again. This is the last time. Okay. It's the last time. If he loses this one, I'm done. Fully.
Yeah.
I'm going him by KO.
Yeah, same. I'm going Cody Garbrandt round 1 KO. I feel you, man. It's a tough dude to pick, but he's got power, man. He's got fast hands, and this is a guy that struggles against counter strikers. And Cody Garbrandt's fucking elite, man. He's an elite counter striker. I like him as a dog there. Like I said, Michael Johnson. Let me see what I like this dog a lot. Jesus Aguilar versus Sumadarji. What do you think about this fight?
Jesus Aguilar is a long time boy, just overall underground fighter of my channel that I just love. He's always an underdog in the fight, and I always pick him, and he either loses a close decision or just gets the win. In his last fight against Luis Gurriel, I had no clue why he was the underdog after he got slept by Ode Osborne. I was so confused. I picked Jesus, and he, of course, I can't remember if it was a 30-27 or 29-28, but he won that fight. This fight, at first, I was like, Sumadarji looked good against Mitraposo. I was kind of struggling to think, and then I realized something. Jesus is probably going to get out-pieced, like first 2 rounds, going to get pieced up. And at some point, Sumadarji's going to gas, do something stupid. Aguilar, I did say decision or late sub. I'm actually going to change that. I'm going to go firmly now. I think late sub. I think he's going to jump on that ghillie, and Sumadarji's going to go sleep, because it happens time and time again with Sumadarji. In his fight against Tim Elliott, he got subbed.
Yep.
In his fight against Matt Schnell, he was winning that fight until Matt Schnell rallied late. And I can't remember if it was the 2nd or 3rd round. But
that was a banger. That was crazy.
That was crazy. One of my favorite fights of that year. I love DC, like, absolutely freaking out on commentary. That was fucking hysterical. But, even when he reversed the position, but then got caught in a triangle, and it didn't even seem like he tried to fight it. He just he was that gassed, he kind of let it happen. So I can really see Jesus just finding an opportunity, getting something, and then jumping on a ghillie at some point. Maybe he gets takedown, maybe to get some ground and pounds, but I can really see him getting a sub. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Same exact pick for damn near the same reasoning. Jesus Aguilar, guillotine late. That's what I was choosing. That's what me and DS are both rolling with, actually. Sumudarji, you're right, man. He just makes a lot of mistakes. He looks good until he doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, he's always going to find a way. He's really dangerous early. He's got good power. He's very long-bodied, very rangy, very wiry for the division. But God damn it, he always makes a mistake. And Jesus Aguilar is not to overuse the term, but he's a marauder, right? He's always moving forward. He's ready to scrap, and he's got that special move. He's got the finishing move of the ghillie, so I like it there. Here's an underdog that I really don't like. I might be wrong. Cody Durden. I don't like him in this one. What about you?
Yeah, I was actually, when I was thinking about it, I just saw Road to UFC guy, got flashbacks from Anshul Jubilee. I was fully ready to go with Cody Durden. But then I actually went through this guy's fights, Niam Jargel. It took me 2 weeks to be able to pronounce that right. But I went through his fights, and this guy actually looks really fucking good. His fucking power is decent. He has, like, I'd say the same level, like, not like the same divisions, but the equivalent power of like a Justin Gaethje. Not like a flatline power, but knock you down, really hurt your power. And his clinch work is actually really fucking good. It is, I think in his last fight, he dominated in the clinch. So I can really see him getting in close, making it ugly, and just dropping Cody Durden, and either getting a ground and pound TKO or a club and sub in like the first 2 rounds. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, I agree with you. To me, Cody Durden, look, he's at his best when he's doing the grappling thing. He sometimes likes to get himself involved in a war that he doesn't need to, falls in love with his hands, and the chin is cracked. And this guy, Tumen Dembarel, good power. So I'm with you, man. It looks like we're in agreement. If you want to just give me your rundown, I might be wrong before you get out of here. Luke Fernandez, Adolfo Bellato. Who you got?
Fernandez, round 1 KO.
Boom. Same. I'm with you. Bolaños, Jung Young Lee. Who do you got?
Well, this fight is cancelled, but I was going to go Jung Young Lee sub.
Is it officially canceled?
Yeah, it's on. If you look at Google, if you go on the UFC schedule, it says cancelled.
Okay. So, yeah, I was going with Jung Young Lee. How about Rafael Tobias, Dr. Nurgazai?
Tobias, round 1 or 2 sub.
Same. Sumudarji, Jesus Aguilar. You're going with Aguilar?
Yep. And
then over here, you just said Tumen Dembarel?
Yep.
Love it. Ricky Tercios, Alberto Montez.
Ricky Tercios.
Interesting. This is the first time we're veering. I'm going Montez. I just can't pick Tercios anymore.
Montez is. I looked through his amateur. I'm going to just rant about this for 3 minutes and then we'll go on with the rest. All of his last 5 opponents, except one, have gone on losing streaks. And that one opponent that got a win was against Justice Torres, who is kind of So it just doesn't look good. And Ricky Tercios was trained at one point by Alexander Volkanovski. That has to mean something. I'm going Tercios by decision.
Fair. That's your prerogative. The odds are incorrect. Dante Johnson, Cody Brundage.
I know Cody Brundage is a friend of the channel. I'm going to go Dante Johnson, round 1 or 2.
He is a friend of the channel, and I'm still with you. I'm going Dante Johnson as well. Cody No Love Long Zhao, you are picking Cody No Love, the former champion. How about this one? This one is throwing me off, man. I don't get the odds on it. Gregory Rodriguez, a big favorite against the guy he previously lost to. I'm going Bruno Fajeda once again.
Yeah, this one doesn't, like, people are just, this one fucking confuses. Can I swear on this channel, brother?
Brother, you can do whatever you want on this channel.
This is so fucking stupid. People are thinking, oh, well, Bruno Ferreira wasn't able to knock out Marvin Vettori, who's the human equivalent of a brick wall. Yeah. And they're just diminishing his power. Like, oh, yeah, Jax McVeigh had to take him down and sub him. Well, Jax McVeigh was actually pretty decent on the feet. So he did well against Zachary Reese, who went 3 rounds against Michelle Pereira. That was, a fight of the year. Yeah. But I think Bruno Ferreira is gonna get pieced up with the jab, because I feel like Rodriguez is a bit more patient now. But the minute Rodriguez loses patience, I feel like Bruno Ferreira is gonna slip one in and he's gonna crack him rounds 1 or 2 KO.
Yeah, same. I'm going round 1. I just think it's more of the same. When it comes to rematches, I'm not gonna pick somebody that lost the last fight unless an absurd amount of time has went since the first fight. It's been like 2.5 years. And then unless I've seen major changes, these guys don't change. They're the same exact fighters they were 2 years ago. So I don't see a difference here. Drew Dober, Michael Johnson, another fight that is potentially being canceled with the betting shit that's going on with this fight. What do you think?
What the fuck is going on with Michael Johnson and betting shit? Like his last fight with Alexander Hernandez. What is going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope it's not cancelled because I love watching Michael Johnson and Drew Dober fight. I'm gonna go Michael Johnson, either late KO or a decision.
Yeah, I went Michael Johnson by decision as well. Rob Font versus Cheese. Who do you got in this one?
Well, a lot of people are saying Rob Font's gonna school this kid, and my honest opinion is David Martinez against Chito Vera it wasn't what I was expecting from I think Rob Font's past it. I'm gonna go Rosas Jr. finish. I don't know when though, so I'm gonna go Chee-wee-wee.
There we go. I'm picking Raul Rosas too. DS, the other person who runs this channel with me, adamant. He is absolutely adamant that Rob Font's winning this fight. He almost put his foot down and made the official 10-7 pick Rob Font. I wasn't going for that shit. And then here, Kyle Borralho RDR.
RDR either late sub or TKO or decision.
And then you are pretty adamant that Max Holloway wins this one. Is that right?
Yes.
Here we go. There it is. So that's we're pretty damn close in picks on this one. I might be wrong, so I hope you're not wrong. I hope you are right for most of them. Either way, guys, that's I might be wrong. Go check him out in the chat, or go check him out on his channel. How many subs you at right now? I might be wrong.
506, I believe, right now.
Just past 500 yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Congrats on that, brother. We're trying to fucking pass 2,000. We're right there. It's got to happen today. It's got to happen today.
Find extra phones I've lying around and just sub real quick.
There it is. So, guys, go check them out. I would say I'll link it. I might be wrong, but we're in the middle of a live stream. I can't do that, but I might be wrong. MMA. I am BW MMA. Type it in the chat if you guys want to go check him out. He is new to the content shit, but he is not new to MMA. This guy knows what's up. And thank you for joining us, brother. This Saturday pre-show that we do every single week is open to all creators of all sizes. So hop in anytime you want. Bromo joins us all the time. You're here now. Harry joins us all the time. So we've had some people show up, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you, brother. I'm going to head out.
My boy. Appreciate you. Ground steady in the chat. You're what up, brother? What up? What's going on? We are T-minus 24 minutes away from UFC 326, guys. We've had a fun stream. I'm not ending it quite yet. I'm still giving you guys another 15 or so minutes. If you have anything you want to talk about in the chat, let's talk about it. We just went over the card. We went over the White House. We went over some betting. I don't know what else there is to talk about, but we are vibing. I have a sinking suspicion, guys, that the fight that fell off of the White House is Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan for the title. I don't know why. I don't have any word that that's what it was. That's just a feeling that came to me, but I think it makes sense, right? Because Petr Yan clamoring, to get back in there. He originally told us late summer. Then he's talking about White House. Then he's talking about this and that. And I don't know. I just feel like he's not quite ready yet. I would really hate if the UFC did Merab Dvalishvili this way and gave Sean O'Malley the title fight before him. That would be really shitty because if anything, you're waiting on Petr Yan. You're not waiting for Merab Dvalishvili. Merab would fight literally in January if Petr Yan was down to fight. So I don't know. I just have a sinking suspicion that's what it is. But as of right now, my official White House prediction for fights, let's say, I think there were 6 of them. If one fell off, one fell off. I think they're going John Jones versus Poatan in the main event. I'm going Kayla and Amanda in the co-main. I think Kayla Harrison has recovered enough, and the UFC will pay her enough of a bag to be there. She's an Olympic gold medalist for the United States. It makes sense that the main event and the co-main event, would be championship fights with an American. I like what I might be wrong said. I do like Khalil Rountree versus the Hanyak, Dustin Jacoby. 2 American guys guarantees you an American winner, a fight that's guaranteed violence, a fight that is guaranteed to end up in finish. And Khalil Rountree's been in camp. I mean, it's very obvious to see he's been with Team Hamzat in camp. That's why I was like, yo, is this Hamzat versus Yuri thing happening a couple weeks back? Because I saw that it looked like Hamzat was in camp, but I knew Khalil Rountree was in camp with him. I was like, yo, something's going on with the Yuri connection. I don't fuck with that. But give me that. I like that fight. What else, man? I would love to see Colby Covington on the card. Obviously, Bo Nickel is a name that we assume will be on the card. Sean O'Malley is a name that we can assume will be on the card. I would have loved to see Henry Cejudo, but he doesn't want to fight anymore. Peyton Talbot would be a super interesting name to throw on the White House card. You give him just a good opponent. Like him versus Song Yadong would have been sick. An American guy versus a Chinese guy at the White House. I just don't know that Song is ready for that. But you could push Peyton Talbot there. Couple of names throwing them out there for you guys. Jorge Masvidal is a curveball that could come out of nowhere. The return of Jorge Masvidal at the White House makes a lot of sense. Trump likes him a lot. Maybe Derek Lewis if he's recovered. So we shall see. I'm excited about that more than I am excited about this card, to be honest with you guys. I really only care about the final 3 fights of this card. But yeah, it should be a fucking banger, guys. BMF, Max Holloway, Charles Do Bronx Oliveira, the rematch. I am excited. I am very lit for that. And the co-main event's interesting too, right? You get RDR, you get Kyle Borralho, 2 guys that were so close to a title, and they just shat the bed their last time out. Fucking shat the bed. Vex, don't worry about it. You are late. You missed out on a lot of what was going on. We had a banger show. We still got a couple more minutes with us, brother. Fucking hell. Then he says, what up, boys? What up? There's one boy here. There was a lot, though, that joined us earlier. Shout out to Harry from Pro Schmo Bets. Shout out to No Bromo. If you guys want to watch a live fight stream companion, Bromo's doing one. Yama, who joined us in the chat, is doing one. So you have options there. Yeah, and shout out. I might be wrong. He also joined us today. What's up, Vex? Who do you got tonight? Let me know who you got tonight. Let me know your White House predictions. What are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking? I'm getting antsy. Right now. We are 20 minutes away from UFC 326. By the way, on Instagram, I will be uploading. There's this video that I made. DS mentioned it in the live stream earlier in the week. There's a video that we had posted a while back. I think it was Max's next fight after UFC 300 with the clip of him and Justin Gaethje, the knockout. And it's like put to some music. It's great. We were like a tiny channel at that point, tiny Instagram account. And we posted it and it got like hundreds of thousands of views. It was sick. Vex, no. You're in Bromo's, what's it called, right? You're in Bromo's Discord. Is that right? If you are, send me the thing there. I know I took the note. I still have it, but I have not looked into it. But I will. I promise you I will eventually. Charles, round 2 sub, stylistically 50-50 fight, impossible to predict. I agree. That's why I'm saying, right? If it's 50-50 and most people feel that way, why not go with the dog? You did invite me to Discord. You're right. I'm most excited for RDR versus Kaio. I'm picking RDR by sub or decision since it's a 3-rounder. Of course, I know, brother. My bad. I got a lot of shit on my mind. But yes, here, hold on. It's a book. He has a biography, like a book, right? Matt Hughes book. I'm gonna do it right now for you. Is it called Made in America? Is that the book we're talking about? Let me know. Is that what it is? Because if that's what it is, I will fucking order it on Amazon right now. Amazon. Let's see. Matt Hughes book. Does this look right to you? Is it this one? Is it this book? Because if it is, I will order it right frickin' now. That's the one. Okay. Why is the hardcover cheaper than the paperback? That doesn't make any fucking sense. All right, add to cart. I'm ordering it. Look at the kind of content I'm giving you guys on stream right now. Deliver to me. Place my order. Boom. Order placed, okay? The order has been placed, Vex. The book will fucking be here in a couple of days. I will read the Matt Hughes book. I think you will be disgusted after you read it, is what this guy said. Well, hopefully not. But I know some of the stuff. I remember. I'm low-key losing my love for MMA. Hopefully this card brings it back. And then you say peak, finally. I got you. That's the kind of content we give you here at D107 MMA. I'm ordering fucking books online. Anyways, yeah. Look, this card, I don't know that this is going to be the card for you, Vex. I don't know that this is the card that is going to save your love for MMA or your interest. I will say, as a fan of MMA, the main event is a fucking banger. Like, there is nothing more you can ask for, right? It's Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. 2 former champions, 2 legends of the sport, 2 Hall of Famers. These guys are first ballot Hall of Famers, both of them. Max Holloway, the most significant strikes in UFC history. The viral knockout of Justin Gaethje. he's also been hit the most in UFC history. Charles Oliveira, the most finishes in UFC history. He's the second most. He's the guy that's been finished the second most in UFC history after another friend of the channel, Andrei Arlovsky, right? So, look, these are legends, man. This fight can go either way. I think anyone that tells you they're certain how this fight plays out, like, they're a fucking liar. They might be proven right. Like, somebody's got to win the fight. And if there's people that are certain Max is going to win, people that are certain Charles is going to win, some group is going to be right. But at the end of the day, that fight will be a goddamn treat. I'm hoping these two fucking goofy goopers give us a banger in the co-main event. I think Cody could finally get a win again, though. There are back-to-back Codys on this one. What are we talking about? Cody Garbrandt, Cody Brundage. Who we got? And I'm a very rare Charles Oliveira hater, not going to lie. Yeah, that's crazy. I saw you fucking talking about that in the Discord. That's nuts. There is nobody hates Max Holloway, and there's a very tiny group of people that hate Charles Oliveira. And I don't fucking like that from you, Vex. And you're saying both of them. Sprinkle. I am picking Cody Garbrandt. I'll sprinkle on Cody Brundage because this is what he does. He fraud checks people, and we just don't really know yet. We don't really know yet about Dante Johnson, but I think that's a guy that could. It's a guy that, I'll put it to you this way. I think Dante Johnson is a real prospect. I think he's legitimate, but Cody Brundage has made a career. He's made a living. He's made a life off of beating guys just like this. So it is what it is. I hate Ilya too at this point. He was my favorite fighter, but I can't with the community, man. Yeah, so we were talking about that, right? We were talking about that on the Discord. In my opinion, this is what I'm seeing from you. You're one of those people that you like fighters. Like I said, it was kind of like the band thing, right? Like you like a band when they're not popular, and then when they do get popular, you hate them. But you said no, it wasn't that. You just don't like shitty fan bases, right? So bad communities ruin fighters for me. So what's bad about the Charles Oliveira community? Is it the fact that they just like overhyped him, made him the best fighter in the world, when in your opinion he was really good, but not quite that? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Because I think that's what you're trying to say. That's what you're trying to say, right? Either way, love Charles Oliveira. I did the blonde goatee for UFC 300. Go check us out on Instagram. I reposted that picture. I know a guy that unironically said he would cuck his own girlfriend and Charles. Yeah, that's fucked up, bro. Shouldn't be doing that, We don't do that kind of shit here. This type of over insane, not healthy glazing. Yeah, but people are fucking losers. People are morons, you know what I mean? People will do some dumb shit and they'll put their stupid ass opinions out there. I don't know if that's a person that in like real life that you met in person and that's a friend of yours, but that's crazy. Shout out Marshall U in the chat right now. What's up, bro? Who's your lock on this card? By the way, guys, shout out Marshall U. Go check him out. Always putting out a ton of content. Always streaming late night. Weird hours for us here in the States, Marshall. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I love hopping in there when I can. My lock. Let's see. Is this fight a lock? No. Is this fight a lock? No. This fight, I'm pretty confident in Raul Rosas, but there are people that are dying on the hill of Rob Font, so I don't know about that. Michael Johnson's my pick here. I like Bruno Ferreira a lot. I like Cody Garbrandt as a dog a lot here. Lock. Let's see. Tumen Dembarel might be my lock. Rafael Tobias might be my lock, which is dangerous with big guys. But for right now, I guess those two. I hate it being like prelim guys. I think a lot of dogs are live on this card. In real life, I know a guy, who's picking Charles against Ilya, so that's another thing. Like for example, Brandon Moreno, he's popular, but his fans are chill. I'll tell you this. I like Brandon Moreno a lot, right? But I'm a huge Davison Figueiredo fan. There was a time I was in Arizona for UFC 274, which ironically was Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje, so that was cool. Yeah, I was there. There was a whole family there of people who were actually from Chicago, so it was weird to see somebody from Chicago in Arizona. They were there for the UFC, and I started talking to this family. Cool guys. They were Mexican, so obviously they were biased in. They like Brandon Moreno more than Figgy, and we kind of got into that conversation. But they were really cool about everything until we got to the Brandon Moreno thing, and then they were like, kind of assholes, but it is what it is. Same with Max. Marshall Yu says, yeah, I got Font, man. I like Raul, but the experience difference is massive. I get it, man, but there's a 17-year difference there. We're talking about a kid that's 22 versus a guy that's 39. You know what I mean? Rob Font hasn't shown me that he's the same Rob Font. Like, at some point, age has got to catch up with you guys. It's got to catch up with you. Yes, he is technically better on the feet. Raul Rosas is way better on the ground, even technically. And he's much bigger, and he's much younger, and he's probably much stronger. I don't know. Again, DS also planting his flag. He is fucking adamant that Rob Font wins it. I can't believe there's so many people going with Rob Font. I like Rob Font more than I like Chewies. I don't get it, guys. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but Font has a crazy amount of finishes too. Well, let's take a look at it, right? So I've got Tapology open here. Rob Font, a 22-9 professional record, 12-8 in the UFC. Of his 22 wins, he has 13 by finish. So, I mean, a good amount, right? Like 60%, almost 60% of his wins are by finish. But look at the last few. When's the last time he won a fight by finish? It was in 2023 against Adrian Yanez. Before that, it was in 2020 versus Marlon Moraes. So since the start of the pandemic, he has 2 finishes. You know what I mean? Like, he's not that dangerous. And since 2020, let's take a look at his record. He is 1-2, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. I'm sorry. Let's see. He beat Marlon Moraes and he beat Cody Garbrandt, lost to Aldo, lost to Chito Vera, beat Adrian Yanez, lost to Sandhagen, lost to Figgy. So he is, and then he beat Kyler Phillips, he beat Gene Matsumoto, and he lost to David Martinez. So he is 5-5 since the beginning of the pandemic with no finishes. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? We've got Valerie Dollar, 70-10. UFC 326, ESPN, SQ, whatever. He's just fucking link. I don't know what's going on. Shout out. Thank you for joining. True, that's really long ago. Double-edged sword, though. Like, Raul Rosas almost got subbed twice in his last fight. Yeah, but he's young, right? You're going to make those mistakes when you're young, man. You're gonna fuck up. He's learning on the job. He came into the UFC as a teenager. That's not common. Like, this kid is special, guys. I'm telling you, he's special. That's a bot, man. You got to ban that. Well, I'm going to be getting out of here in about 2 minutes anyway, so that bot can enjoy. If the bot wants to fucking sub, the bot should sub. Because, guys, we are so close to 2,000. Like, my goodness. I know everyone here is probably subbed at this point since we are winding down and we lost some viewers, but we are 5 away. We are 5 subs away from the big 2K. That needs to be hit tonight. I would like to celebrate. And, yeah, it is what it is. So, bot, sub. You know what I mean? Valid or Vex, do these fucking bots sub? Because if they do, I want them. That's what we're looking for. Either way, guys, I think I'm going to be getting out of here. We have 8 minutes until the start of UFC 326 for the BMF, and we're not ending this stream with fucking Rafael Tobias Dr. Nurgazai, even though that is the first fight. We're going to end it with Max Holloway, Charles do Bronx Oliveira. Yeah, this fight is going to be a banger, guys. I think the entire card is kind of subpar, but it'll get good towards the end. Says, I don't think they sub, they just spam. Hey, it's good for the algorithm. See a dog, it was fun. Always. Look, so if you guys enjoyed, do me a favor, like, subscribe. Definitely the thumbs up. That helps the algorithm. Thank you to everybody that showed up. Harry from Proshimo Bets. No Bromo showed up. I Might Be Wrong showed up. In the chat, we had Yama Thinker, right? So Yama was in here. Go check him out. And Marshall, shout out Marshall Yu. A bunch of creators hopped in today. I love that. If you guys are looking for more content, obviously, like I said, like and subscribe. But if you're looking for a fight stream, if you're looking for a fight companion, No Bromo, who was in here, will be doing one, and so will Yama. He will be doing one. I'm not sure about Marshall Yu. Go check out all those guys. Love those dudes. Like and subscribe to them. Also, follow us on Instagram at the107MMA. The official picks are up, guys. The official picks have been posted on Instagram for the picks of record, which we are over 70%. We're 3 points. 3 points out of first place on the Creator Challenge. Hopefully we make up some ground tonight. If not, take the goddamn lead. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. It was a great stream. We will be back with videos on Sunday or Monday. So tomorrow or Monday for next week's card. And a ton of live shit going on next week, as well as a fighter interview on Friday. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let's enjoy UFC 326. The champion has a name, and it's Charles do Bronx Oliveira. Bye, guys.